Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. I'm out here in Koreatown, and for what? Of course, for Korean food. I'm going to be continuing on with my Korean barbecue series here in LA, and we are on episode number 7. Woo woo! Yes, we are going to continue this thing until we finish it, and I'm at another hot spot here today at this new Korean barbecue restaurant that just opened up recently in Koreatown. This restaurant called Daedo Sikdang, which actually came from Korea. In fact, I heard that this restaurant is possibly the best Korean steakhouse, Korean barbecue that you can find in Seoul, and now this is their first US location. Wow, it must be a really good restaurant, so that is why I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try it right now. So if you guys want to see what the most popular Korean barbecue from Seoul looks like, it's here in LA, so you need to stick all the way to the end of this episode so that you can see what it looks like in Los Angeles. It's already gotten so much raves. And if you are new to this channel, then take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I put out these food videos weekly. And now that I'm putting out these Korean barbecue restaurants, unprecedented, most ambitious attempt at a Korean barbecue series in LA, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be all set. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna go in because it is dinner time and I'm going to get some of that barbecue. So I found out that this restaurant has been around since 1964. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that this spot in LA has been around for 58 years. The first one opened in Seoul, and since then it has become a super hot commodity in Seoul, known for their premium Angus steak. That's why it's called a steakhouse. A lot of people say it's like the #1 steakhouse in Seoul, and the magic behind this steak is that it is high quality. They wet age it for about 21 days before they serve it to the customers. And here in this Los Angeles location, it's pretty much modeled after the one in Korea. Like, for example, after all the meat has been wet aged, they put it out in this refrigerator or this freezer looking thing right over here. And then when the customer orders it, it comes out and then they cut it up for you and it's ready to serve. Overall, this is going to be a fantastic experience. Food looks great and the ambiance looks fabulous as well. It's contemporary, it's a little bit industrial, but it's so nice. It looks like an upscale steakhouse here. So this is the first one I got on the menu. This is the Daedo cut, which I believe is the most popular one on the menu. All of this is the Angus beef prime ribeye, which includes the roll right over here. And then we got the strip right over here. And I believe that one is the ribeye cap. I think this is really awesome, guys. This is like a custom-made cast iron skillet. It's perfect for making seared steak. And yeah, they oiled it up. Some of the garlic is going on it, and we are gonna get the show on the road. Also got to mention that they got some great drinks here as well, like this Gold Rush on the menu, which is the banana makgeolli. It is a very traditional Korean rice wine drink. Never had anything like this before. This is the beef roll, and I can tell it's gonna cook very fast. I don't remember when was the last time I had steak cooked in a cast iron skillet. And then every meal comes with, for example, like the salad. You always need your nutrients along with the beef and the kimchi radish, the Kkakdooki. These are the large, wow, they're so big. They're like the ones that I've seen in Korea. That is so cool. And the various dipping sauces, the sweet sauce to the right, shrimp sauce or shrimp paste. This is salt, I believe. Yeah, salt. And this is basically just thinly sliced Kkakdooki. Yes, I'm all set. I can see the pinkness in the center. I believe now it's cooked to about medium rare, I believe. So it is finished, guys. Look how they do it. After it's finished, they put it up against this so that it doesn't continue to cook. Now it's gonna keep warm, but still eat it pretty quickly, which is what I'm gonna do right now. They cooked it to about medium. I believe that is the ideal temperature to cook steak. You don't want to eat steak well done. No, no, no. You definitely want to eat this medium. Some people like it medium rare, but I like it medium. So I'm gonna start off by trying some of the sweet sauce that almost looks like a barbecue sauce in some ways. Wow, that is so good. It's so juicy. A lot of juice in there. Juice. And tastes very beefy. Very tender too. Oh, that's good. Wow. Okay, what about if I tried in the shrimp paste next to see what the shrimp paste tastes like? Ooh. The shrimp paste gives it a shrimpy and a slightly spicy taste to it. It has a little bit of a kick to it. Next one, here we go, the cap. This one is gonna cook just as fast too, because this iron skillet is super hot. This means it's almost done. Remember, we're not gonna overcook this, just a little bit more, and the cap is gonna be done. That is so delicious. This one I think is even more tender than the other piece. Yeah, the cap is the way to go. And I also want to tell you guys, because I think I dipped a little too much salt in mine, go a little bit easy on the salt, so you don't have to put way too much salt on it. Just a little bit on it, and it is good to go. Yeah, just a tad bit of salt. Thumbs up. Oh, that is so tender and juicy. I love it. So I cannot leave here without also trying some of the Kkakdooki, and this is actually from Korea. They import it from Korea, and I believe it because it looks like the larger chunks that they have in Korea. I've been there, they cut it a different way. This really reminds me of when I was in Seoul 2 years ago having this Kkakdooki. It's very crunchy. Not too spicy either. No, you know, when I was in Korea, I had so many that were like, oh, it's so spicy over there. To me, this is perfect. Top blade. I think this is the first time I'm having this one in a Korean barbecue restaurant. It's very thin sliced, so it almost kind of looks like that beef that they use for like chadol, or those slices for the shabu shabu hot pot. Bro, it is cooking fast. You see the caramelization? It's so dark brown already when you flip it on the other side. No joke. I need to get one of these cast iron skillets from my place. Oh, this is interesting. Adding the cabbage to stir fry in along with the meat. This is a perfect complement to the meats, the Daedo cold noodle, which is something I had to check out because this is really quite something. The vegetable on top, the yormu, this is imported from Korea. Oh, that's so awesome. It's like noodles that's kimchi flavored. If you never had it before, you definitely need to try it. It's cold, it's kind of sour, and it has that kimchi flavor. And the noodles, perfect chewiness. Oh yeah. And here's another note, by the way. You can also eat it with the meats. You're actually supposed to eat it with the meat. It's going to be a perfect complement from what I heard. If you don't have the meat, you feel something is kind of missing. By itself, it's great, but then once you put the meat inside of it, ooh, it is a perfect combination, I'm telling you. So don't forget that, guys. If you decide to get the noodles, eat it with the meat as well. You're gonna have a really great eating experience with the noodles. Here's also another one of their specialty here. This is the Kkakdooki fried rice, or their version of kimchi fried rice, which is very unique because I heard that this dish has often been imitated in Korea by other restaurants, but probably never successfully duplicated as this one. The OG one right here. And the egg goes on top. They also added this puffed rice that has kimchi flavored. Never heard anything like that before. Wow, that's good. It tastes like a kimchi fried rice, but it is so crispy at the same time. It is so crispy. That's like the crispiest kimchi fried rice I've ever had. That's Kkakdooki in it. So that's why it's very unique as well. I think I could just sit here and eat that Kkakdooki fried rice. Oh, that's my whole meal. Oh, okay, we're not done quite just yet. This is the Tenchang Porridge. Tenchang popular Korean soup, but they're gonna make a porridge out of it. I don't think there's any other restaurant that does it. This is the first one I've been to that does this. So try to imagine that. If you've had that soup before, then you know what it tastes like. But I would say, because it's porridge, it is thicker, gooier in your mouth. Rice, extremely soft, because now it's basically porridge. But I like it. It's really good. I like it. Another one of their signature dishes here. If you're a porridge fan, you love Tenchang Jjigae, this is a marriage made in heaven right here. Definitely get it. So once again, guys, this restaurant came from Seoul. Some people are saying it's the #1 Korean steakhouse in that city. Now, is it as good as the other Korean barbecue restaurants in LA or even better? You know, I don't know if I can quite say that just yet, because Los Angeles has a lot of killer Korean barbecue restaurants here. It's pretty hard to compete, even for the motherland. But what I can say is that the food here is very unique, because you're gonna find a lot of dishes and cooking preparation and methods here that you won't find in many Korean barbecue restaurants in Los Angeles. But here at this restaurant, which came from Seoul, Korea. And another thing I want to mention too is that this restaurant is very upscale experience. They have awesome service here. It is very pricey too, so I'm just letting you know it's not a casual dining experience. So maybe come here for a special occasion or something like that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you enjoy what I'm doing here on the show, give me a thumbs up. Also comment on the section below if you've been here before, whether in LA or the one in Korea, because I'd like to hear your story. See, what do you think about this restaurant? Do you think that it's as good as the other Korean barbecue restaurants in LA? And also, like I said, please subscribe, because I'm going to be releasing more Korean barbecue. We are not done today. We are going to continue this choo-choo train after today, so don't miss out on that. Hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and you'll be all set. So I hope you have a rockin' day today, folks, and that you'll try some of this rockin' food at Daedo Sikdang sometime soon. And be sure to click on the other videos on my screen so that you can see the other food adventures I've done all around LA. So, hope you have a nice day today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.